Hi everyone, it's Sarah. It's been a while since I've done a scrapbooking video. I'm excited to have something to share with you today. I think the last time I really did any real paper crafts outside of plannering, because I do still use a planner and decorate my planner because that makes me happy. But only last time I did real scrapbooking was beginning of 2018. I started a memory planner and I did January and most of February. I think the last couple of weeks I just have the pictures in there, and I don't think I ever got the journaling in. So that's stuff that I need to add to my list still. But today I'm going to share with you my plans for the near future, at least. I have resubscribed to Just Jaimee's Storyteller kit that's available at the Lily Pad. For those that aren't familiar with my scrapbooking history, I was on the Lily Pad creative team for a couple of years and just really, really liked the story kit. And so that's why it was one of my favorite things to work with when I was able to do so. And so that's why I decided to go with this. It's a super great deal, especially with the subscription, which I signed up for a 3-month subscription. If I find myself sticking with this, I will continue that, and I will probably go back and buy some of the past kits that I have missed. I do still have some of her older kits, like 2016 and prior, on my computer, but I missed like most of 2017, 18, 19, and up until June of 2020. So I would love to make a traveler's notebook, which is what I have done for the July kit, for every month in 2020. Like I think that would be a great way for me to do my memory keeping for this year. I have past projects that are super half done, and that's kind of just how I am. I would love to go back in and finish those at some point. And I would like to share some process videos, not only of the current stuff, but going back and working on, like, I have a pocket scrapbooking album for 2012, 2013, 2014 that are all like half done. I have a album that I started, just a 6x8 snap album that I started for my daughter for the year that she was 16. She's 19 now, so it's not anywhere near completed, but I'd like to go in and kind of finish up some of those pages. I think 2015 through 2017, I don't think I did anything really memory keeping at all. Then, of course, 2018. Well, so I lie. I did some art journaling stuff a lot. I'll do some flip throughs in the upcoming weeks of some of this stuff, because I would like to go in and try to get some of these finished too. But this video, I'm going to focus on kind of an unboxing of sorts. This is the stuff from, I do hybrid scrapping. I switched almost all to all hybrid 2013. Maybe I was doing Project Live 2012, 2013 hybrid, but I was still scrapping digitally. So hybrid is where you take digital products, you print them out, and then you can also use them with some traditional scrapbooking projects, or products. So that's what I really enjoy doing. I like having the tangible thing at the end, but I like the versatility of being able to use the digital products, because I have a small space. I don't have a lot of room to store stuff, so obviously space on your hard drive isn't real physical space. So it works for me. I can print out what I think I will use and not have just a bunch of stuff laying around. Not that I don't, but I would have more, I'm sure, if I didn't print stuff off from my computer. So I'm going to, this is, like I said, this is the July 2020 Storyteller kit from Just Jaimee at the Lily Pad. I will link it down in the description. It's a great deal, especially if you have the subscription. And I believe with the subscription, you also get past kits at a discount. So I'm really thinking I'm going to go back in and at least try to, at some point, fill in 2020, so I can do one of these for every month in 2020, and hopefully share some of the process and some flip throughs with you as we go along. So this is kept in a Michaels Recollection slim case. It holds a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper comfortably. I'm sure it would hold an A4 as well if for whatever reason, that's what you use. I know that if you're overseas, that's more likely, but you're less likely to be able to get the cases. So anyway, but yeah, it's definitely got a little bit of space for some length there. So I will start by opening this up and showing you what I decided to print off. I'm going to start with I'm just going to move this out of the way a little bit. There we go. See if I can get it. Okay. And I'm going to show you, let me make sure I have this the correct way. I do. Show you how I did the traveler's notebook. So this is, so if you were to open this, this is 8 by 8. And then, so this is one of the papers in the kit. I printed it on cardstock. It's a good weight. I think it's 80 pound. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just a pen and gear from Walmart cardstock. Premium cardstock, I believe is what it says on the package. And I printed off one of her papers. I thought this was really pretty for July. I'm in the United States, so it's a little bit of the red, white, and blue there. And then if you open it, this is printed on a Hammermill Premium Copy inkjet. No, laser paper, but it works well on my inkjet. So it's a 28 pound, so there's some good heft to these pages. The inside is just blank, so that's the back of this cardstock, and then the back of this first paper that I did. And then I just printed, I'll show you. This is the back of that other side. And then this is a different paper than this, but it's actually the same piece of paper that has been half of it with this pattern and half of it with this pattern, so that when you fold it, you get more papers, because I like paper. I like having different things. And then the other side of these kind of alternate between grid, which I created myself, and then I used colors from the kit to make the different grids. So there's, I think, 6 different grid papers in here that have different colors. So if you look here, the back of that is also this kind of golden yellow color. So I have, the front has 2 different colors, and then the back either has one color of grid, or 2 different papers, I mean, and one color of grid, or is blank. So, like this first one here. So, that is my first page. This is probably a little bit hard to see. This is kind of a wood grain, but it's super, super light. And then I have this pretty damask. I'm going to switch to a green grid here. Some really, really lovely papers in this. So there's one where I had a blank paper, and then another grid. Some paint. I love this stripe. And this was not really a paper, and I'm not sure, some of the painted stuff maybe, but this was an actual, she has some paint files on there too, so I just put that on half of my page. More. This one right here is the only one that I printed the full paper as an 8 by 8 page, because I wanted to put this in the center, so I got the full spread of one paper. I like the way that looks. It's just stapled here in the center. I have a long arm stapler, which works fantastic for these. This is only 4 inches, so you might be able to do this on a regular stapler. I've never tried. You definitely can't do half of an 8.5 by 11 paper. If you do, like, you get 5.5, and a regular staple won't do that. There's tips and techniques to be able to do it, but this just works just like a regular stapler this way. More grid and blank. So here's one. You can see I had some problems with my printer. I did not print on high quality, because I printed the first thing that I printed and I just did it on normal. I'm like, that looks pretty good. I've not used this. We got a new printer late last year, and I had not used this particular printer for anything hybrid. So I was like, I'll just try normal. And it looked great. And then I printed this off and I got stripes. I can easily cover this up, so I didn't reprint it. But I did reprint some of these pages because, and I'll show you that in a bit, they did not work very well. This is one that I had to reprint because the stripes were pretty terrible all the way through. This was another paint file that I just repeated. You can see there's a little bit of a stripey effect there, but for the most part, I didn't think it really mattered. This paper, I love this paper. Another plaid. This rainbow stripe. And then these are the pages that I showed you at the beginning. So it is the cover and then 10 sheets of copy or laser paper. So that's going to be 40 pages on the inside. So some of my things will end up being like double page spreads. Some of the things I'll have a couple of different things on the same page. Just depends on how I want to tell the story. I think I'm probably going to jump around all over the month. Like if I find that something that happened at the beginning of the month, I really like the way it looks with this page, I'll just make sure I date everything. So it'll all be July, but July 10th, something that happened on July 10th might be back here, whereas something that happened, you know, on July 31st might be on this page. I'm not going to be real. I want to make sure that I like the way that everything lays out. And especially where you kind of get a little bit, like with this map, it's a little bit of a themed page. This floral here, just depends. There's like certain things I wouldn't want to put on that paper. And there's certain things that I would. So I'm just going to see how that works out for me. We'll see how that goes. Next thing I printed were some journaling cards. So more of this, please. And there's a lot more paper and a lot more journaling cards. These are the things that I thought that I might use. I'm getting used to this setup again. Backyard Shenanigans. And then I printed this one off in a couple of different colorways. Today's Points of Note. And there's the blue and green one. Ooh, I should come over this way. Do What Makes You Happy. I love that color. Here Comes the Sun. I'll get used to this, I promise. July, July, July. Why am I doing that? And I was thinking I might put that on the cover of that. We'll see. Adventure Awaits. And some of these I might not use this month. I don't, you know, adventure was not really a thing that happened to us in July. So, but I'll have it for a further one. I've kind of got a formula of how I print this out. I'll end up with 2 4x6s and 8 3x4s every month if I continue with that. So there's that stripe and then another similar stripe, but it is a little bit different. Haha. Just kidding. There we go. So there is the journaling cards that I printed out. Then I will show you. So you'll be able to see this here. This right here is how bad some of the stripes are. I'm assuming you can see that. So I reprinted it, but I kept this because like this side I can use as a matting element, just to have some of those colors and stuff. Just because one side printed out poorly doesn't mean that the other side did. And then a couple of these have grids on the back that I can always use too. So I think this is another one that, yeah, see, I could use that side. Probably wouldn't use that side, but then it also has this pink grid, which is nice. Next thing I printed out was the alphabet. The alphabet that I printed out is has some dimension to it. It's a 3-dimensional chipboard alphabet in her files. So I printed this out on my silhouette, and then I use the inset just to make sure. So you can see right here. Let me see if I can find one. This is the alphabet. And I just printed out a full sheet of a bunch of letters because I will probably use this throughout. Even if it's a nice neutral alphabet, so even if I don't use it all this month, it's something I can use with something else. So you can see how this Q has this dark, let me get this back over here, this dark shadow here. The way I cut it, I may have to trim some of these off a little bit, but the way I cut it, you lose most of that shadow. Some of these worked a little bit better than other ones did. Let's look at this K. So yeah, the K lost all of the shadow. So it just looks like that white and black alpha. So that is done with my silhouette. I just print and cut. And then I did the same with a sticker sheet. This has got a lot of labels on it. Some of the circle flare, the flat flare, that is one thing she does include. These little stamped hearts. Here, I don't think I had that in frame. So these are all just peel and stick at this point. I just, like I said, I use my silhouette. Some of the things like this one right here, this is the same situation where there's a little bit of a shadow. So I just did an offset and made it so that shadow is not going to be on the label. So I did this page of stickers. And then I did some die cuts based on her things. This was another one that, let me move these out of the way. So, different things that I printed off. I like these colors a lot. And, oh, I got to get used to this. It's been so long since I've done overhead shots. Storytelling at its best. I love this little piece of thing that I can use as a layer. I was excited about this one because I don't know if y'all are into Psych, but we watched the Psych movie this month, so of course I love the fact that I have a pineapple I can put on that page. If you're familiar with Psych, you probably know that the pineapple features in every episode of Psych. Ice cream, this cute camera. So these will just be like layering elements and stuff that I'll put on my pages. Look on the sunny side. Summer days are here. I'm getting some weird shadows. Sorry, guys. This cute stamped turtle. Love him. Love this place. This is another one that in the file had some kind of 3D effects placed on it. So I just cut it out a little bit smaller than the whole image was so that I can get a flat thing to place on my pages. July stories, that'll definitely be used in my July book. Some of those, more of those flat flare. Hello Summer, enjoy life's journey, and then loving right now. So that's going to be good for a, you know, a favorites page. This is the things that I'm watching or the things that I've read or listened to. So yeah, that is my July just Jaimee Storyteller kit that I will be working on probably throughout the month of August. I think the August one drops this Friday, so I'm going to start working on getting my prep files together for that, and I will sometime in August do a similar unboxing with that. But hopefully before that I will have a process video where I'll do some pages. I've got some files set up to print some pictures and some other things that I have printed off from the internet, some memes and stuff, because I always think that's kind of fun. Kind of shows a little bit of what the time looks like at that point, what the jokes are. So yeah, hopefully sometime later this week I will be back and I will do a page in this notebook for you, and hopefully I'll get to see you then. Y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.